the rock and roll is rolling, and you're sitting down to check out this show right here on Shaw. Our musical guest right in behind me, the Glen Foster Group, keeping the spirit of rock and roll rolling with a new EP and a series of videos as well. We're gonna hear some of those songs and find out more throughout the hour. Now, also on today's show, we're gonna learn about a recreation program in Parksville geared towards seniors and adults with memory loss. We'll also meet a gentleman who, facing mobility issues because of MS, designed and built his own walker that gives him the freedom to roll over some pretty rugged terrain. In other words, when a walk in the park ceased to be a walk in the park, he really stepped up, and others are benefiting from his expertise as well. About halfway through the show, we're going to find out about some of the summer events and programs put on by City of Nanaimo Parks and Recreation. And I got to say, I definitely love basketball. I could Kareem around the corner, abdicate my responsibilities, and Jabbar about my favorite players. But I don't really know anything about coaching. So good thing we have three nationally decorated coaches in the studio who, in addition to coaching at the university level, are about to launch a new program geared toward elementary students, high school students, and local coaches. So if you swish upon a star, this segment is for you. Now, summer, of course, is festival season. Stay tuned to find out what's happening with this year's Nanaimo Dragon Boat Festival, as well as Nanaimo's Summertime Blues Festival. Not to be confused with the Blue Dragon Festival, which kind of ended on HBO a little while ago. Hashtag GOT, hashtag spoiler. Now, but first, we're going to meet a very talented young Nanaimo comedy rap duo who have an incredibly prolific output of zany and creative videos on YouTube. So just like the old school LA Lakers, it's showtime. It's the show here on Shaw. Kicking off here the show on Shaw, talking a little about video, and with the increased accessibility of video cameras, video editing, and self-broadcasting and publishing, it's easier than ever for creative youth to get involved in video production. So with us here in the studio is a duo of Nanaimo youths who have been creating some very funny and very musical online videos for more than 3 years. Kara Dawson and Patrick Carson, aka Soundfreeks, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Very glad to have you. I got to admit, very impressed looking at the online content. 200 videos in 3 years and more than 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, nearly as many on Instagram. Did you imagine you'd be doing this many videos back when you started, back in 2016?
God, no. Not at all.
What was the aim for the first video? What made you decide to do it?
We started out where we had this thing we used to do where Kira would sit in, we would have the webcam on the computer and she would sit and lip sync to like a popular song and I would dance sporadically in the background. We thought, oh, this is funny, so let's put it on YouTube because we have never used that platform in our lives before. And we thought it would do well, but it didn't.
And originally we just kind of wanted to make videos for our friends and our family to entertain them and, you know, have stuff to watch when we're older, to look back on and think, wow, why did I make that?
No, it is pretty impressive. And looking at some of those videos, the early ones you talked about, view back, you know, they're sort of 50, 60 views, and now you're looking at ones with over 1,000 views. So it's definitely, like I said, it's got to reach a lot further than friends and family. How does that feel?
It's strange. It's very strange. I'm not used to a lot of people knowing what I do. And it's not a lot, but and mainly all my friends, like I tell everybody about, oh, come watch this, and then they seem to think it's funny, which I'm very glad.
Well, definitely the world needs more comedy, that is for sure. Did either of you have sort of expertise in any sort of video production beforehand, or was it literally just, let's start with the webcam and see what happens?
Literally nothing before. I now have a lot of experience actually in like film and editing and everything, which I'm glad I've gained over the years, but at the beginning it was very like raw, I guess you could say, because we filmed with our grandma's camera and it just did not look that great, but now we have better equipment, we have better software for editing, so it's the quality, I guess, is better, you could say.
And as for me, I have no experience whatsoever in editing or anything like camera related, but I do make some of the music for us when we do like music videos and stuff.
I was going to ask you that. That's my second question. My first question, the grandma you mentioned, is that the Gangsta Granny?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You got to watch the videos and check out Gangsta Granny. But yeah, so yeah, in terms of how you break down how these come together, so one of you does most of the writing, one does the music, that sort of thing. How does that all work?
Kira does most of the writing. I kind of help. I mean, she does like everything, but now I've gotten better at making music. so she's kind of included me more in like the music making process with all the components. And yeah, and I can produce them fairly quickly, but Kira could probably talk more about the writing because I don't do that.
Yeah, well, I want to get to one of the videos to show off some of that writing. Again, your Soundfreeks YouTube channel, very diverse, skits, challenge videos, music videos, and also parodies. So we're going to see one here called Invisible AirPods. So tell our viewers what we're about to see.
Well, basically AirPods are very popular right now, so I thought, hey, let's do a video on that. So I kind of was watching TV and I saw a commercial come on for AirPods, and I was like, since I can't afford those, why don't we make something that people can afford, but obviously it's not a real product, so don't go buy it. So we came up with Invisible AirPods, and then we kind of made a video basically doing a parody on a commercial of what that actual commercials are.
Because it's longer than a commercial.
Yes. So we kind of do in the beginning, it's kind of like a commercial, and then we go into like an infomercial, but it's explained in the video.
Where we talk about the difference between a person who's wearing nothing and a person who's wearing invisible AirPods.
All right, let's get that. Check it out. It's here from a Soundfreeks Invisible AirPods. Roll it.
This is Patrick. Patrick still has the earbuds with the wires. Patrick is a loser.
Hey!
This is Patrick's identical twin brother. His name is also Patrick. Patrick has the new invisible AirPods. Patrick is cool. Introducing the all-new Invisible AirPods. We here at Apple have used the latest technology to introduce to you Invisible AirPods. We took the idea of having cordless earbuds one step further by making them invisible. You may be wondering how you can tell who is actually wearing our Invisible AirPods, so we've prepared this PSA for you to watch. Please enjoy.
How to tell who is actually wearing invisible AirPods versus someone who isn't and is just pretending so that they can look cool and impress their friends that don't like them anyways, but whatever.
Hi, my name is Jimothy with a Q.
And I'm the third twin of the two twins. My name is Patricia, and I am a man.
And today, we're going to be teaching you the difference between someone who is wearing invisible AirPods
And someone who is not and is just pretending.
So today, we have Patrick, who is on the left, and his identical twin brother, Patrick, who is on the right.
One of them is wearing invisible AirPods and the other one is not. Can you tell the difference? I don't think so.
Now we will teach you how to identify someone who isn't wearing invisible AirPods. Notice Patrick has a dead stare in his eyes. That's because he isn't listening to any music, so he's dead inside.
Now take a look at Patrick. He's nodding his head and is leaning 1.249 degrees to the left because of the weight of the invisible AirPods.
Also, you can kind of hear the music.
And now you can tell the difference between someone who is wearing invisible AirPods and someone who is not.
Invisible AirPods. Innovative. Cool. Expensive. Invisible.
Truth in advertising right there. Please, big round of applause for Soundfreeks, Karen and Patrick. Just one of the almost 200 videos you can find online. Again, check it out, Soundfreeks on YouTube and also on Instagram. Thank you both very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we have a gift for you. We have made a Soundfreeks t-shirt, especially for you, so here you go.
As I am Nanaimo's worst fashion sense, this is going to help me out quite a lot. So thank you both very much.
Thank you for
I will
having
wear this
us.
with pride. Exactly. All right. Do you know who's jealous? Cathy Holmes is also jealous. We're going to set it up. She's a YouTube celebrity in her own right, I think, right now for next summit. Cathy, over to you.
Thanks, you guys. Oh my God, you're amazing. I cannot believe how much you made me giggle as we were getting ready to go to our next segment, which is with two fabulous ladies, one Janine Crefting, the other Mandy Truman from West Coast Recreation Adult Day Programs in Parksville. Ladies, welcome. Grandma's Camera, maybe that should be one of the recreational programs we talk about coming down the pike. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, we run an adult day program for generally seniors in the Parksville community, including Qualicum, Parksville, all the areas surrounding. And we provide a program full of engaging activities throughout the day, a safe environment where caregivers can leave their loved one with us for the day and know that they're looked after really well, and we keep them busy all day long.
Oh, how fun. And what made you guys get started, Mandy? I know you guys are partners. Tell us a little bit about how that all came about.
Yeah, I was working at a facility where Janine's mom is actually, and I knew Janine did recreation exercise programs for seniors and all varieties of seated fitness and cardio. And so I asked her if she'd want to come out and talk over coffee and see if we had an idea that would float, which was an adult day program, because there is one in Parksville, but it has very long wait lists.
Yes.
And we knew that our main mandate is to try and keep as many older adults in the community and not in facilities.
Exactly, and that's really what we all try to do when it comes to seniors programming and older adult programming. Unfortunately, sometimes there's just not enough programs to go around, so it's really refreshing to know that your programs can offer some options for people in the community. So tell us a little bit about maybe what some of those things are during the day. I know you do some exercise programs, but what else do you do?
Wow, we do everything from crafts, art therapy, horticulture therapy. We have pet visitors. We have, it's really quite fun.
People love pets, and
They
a lot
do.
of people lose their pets when they're in assisted living.
Exactly.
Really important.
Yeah, and one of the things that is really important to us is that as people age and they might be losing their driver's license, is that we give them an opportunity to have a social network when they come, so that they have peers, they're accepted. Now, we also deal with, cognitive impairments, physical impairments, possible social isolation, and what we created is a place where everyone is accepted as they are. And not only them, but their families. We had one day where we did pajama day, and one of the ladies, the wives, dressed up in her robe just so she could come and wear her robe inside.
Wow, how much fun is that?
We have so much fun. We really do. We try and be really creative. We try and be innovative, and we try and be client orientated. So if there's someone that was a forester, we try and focus on resources that in the history of it. We really try and link with what people are interested in, and then they get excited to come back so that they can be part of something that gives them purpose.
Exactly, and it's person-centered right around. I know one of the things that we've spoken about in previous conversations has been, working and engaging with caregivers, because many caregivers, they get to a stage where they're really doing everything they can at home, but they really could use a bit of a break themselves, and so an adult day program can sometimes be a really good option, hey?
It's a huge option for them. They know that their loved ones are safe, but a lot of them, they don't rest at all. They're up through the night when folks are sundowning throughout the day, the afternoon, and at night. They're exhausted. They need a break desperately. So this gives them that opportunity. They can go have lunch with a friend. They can, go home and have a nap, whatever it takes for them to have a little bit of a day off. So it gives them.
One of the new ladies, she said, "Oh, I'll be the one that needs a haircut, by the way." So she's like, "When I come and bring my husband, I'm going to get a haircut because I haven't been able to get one." So it's those simple things in life that you don't necessarily know you're missing until you don't have it.
Exactly. And on average, when people come to your programs, how long are they there? Are they there for like an hour, 4 or 5 hours, a day? 6 hours. So it's for like a full day then. Full day. And this is a private organization, right? There are public and private models.
Yes.
This is a private model, but it's a model that seems to work because, as you said, those waiting lists are so long.
Absolutely. There's a magic to adult day programs. I'm not sure exactly what it is. We've tapped into it, and we're really proud and excited about our future of what we're doing. We started with 1 day, we've expanded to 3.
That's great.
We've tried to get funding from the government, but it's a kind of a daunting experience. And unfortunately, in the Oceanside area, the government didn't allocate any funds for this year for more, which is interesting because I know you mentioned the percentage of older adults in our area is substantial.
It absolutely is. And in actual fact, it's probably somewhere between 45 and 47% between Qualicum and Parksville alone. And really all over Vancouver Island, we have a large population of older adults. And so it's very important that we're able to engage with them. So one of the big things that I came away with, and this I do believe is true for all people, is that bringing good nutrition and good food along with good conversation and good company sometimes is the magic bullet. And I'm to understand that there's muffins to be had when people come. Is that right?
Every morning, fresh muffins. Everybody smells them when they first walk in, and it just brings those senses
brings everybody together.
Oh yeah. They're excited for the muffins.
Gotta love
Sometimes
that.
cinnamon buns.
Sometimes cinnamon buns. Anything yummy is all good.
That's right.
So really, along the bottom of the screen, we're going to see the information on how you can access some of these programs as well. West Coast Recreation Adult Day programs. By all means, give them a call. call. They're happy to work with you. Meanwhile, it's time for Joanne Hogan to show us a different kind of mobility. So, hey, Joanne, show us what you got.
Well, thank you so much, Cathy, and thank you to your presenters. I really love that they said that their day programs were magical. I think it's very special to hear it described in that way. And here we are with Rob Anaka with Rob's Walkers, and he's brought with him one of his walkers today, and he has an amazing story to tell about how he came about to creating these walkers.
Well, thanks for inviting me here, Joanne. I guess really the quick story, as we sort of chatted about, was back in 2006, MS kind of took over my life and kind of stopped me from working, stopped me from getting out, enjoying the outdoors. So I went out and got my very first walker, going, okay, I'll use that. And very quickly I found out it's great for walking in the mall. It's not great for doing anything else. Pebbles stopped me, and it was very frustrating. And that very limiting,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I started on this journey of designing. First I looked on the internet and went, well, there must be somebody who's built something. And no, there was nobody. So I started designing. This is probably about the 10th version, which is now in production. I've started a limited production of this. I've gone a totally different way with handlebars, three-wheel design. I even have disc brakes on it, which people wonder why a walker needs disc brakes, because our top speed is 0.5 miles an hour, or kilometers maybe. But it's if you're going down a hill, it really makes a difference when you can control your
speed.
Yeah. So
You don't always feel the need for speed.
I do, but I can't. So yeah, I'd love to be able to go fast. My motorcycle days are long gone. So what we have is an aluminum frame, fairly lightweight. It's purpose-built for going off paths, rocks, sand, dog parks, it's, if you can't walk your dog, it gets a little boring. So this is the design I came up with, just some of the quick features that will.
Please do demo.
So it is fully adjustable with quick release pins, so I can move the handlebars up and down very easily.
Great.
But also the seat is adjustable, which is a very rare thing on walkers to have both of those things happening. And then it's a quick fold. It's a different folding mechanism. We just fold it.
Oh, very easy.
Very easy, and I can stand it up.
Impressive, impressive.
Or lay it down.
Yeah. And what I think is also impressive is you've let me take a look at your videos of you being a demonstrator, and we're going to look at some of the footage from those videos where we discussed what kind of experience it was for you to try this for the first time in these terrains. So let the cameras roll.
And there we go. The first one, that's at Englishman River Falls outside of Parksville. As you can see, it's a very rocky terrain. It's steeper than it looks, but I basically can go over almost anything. I don't jump logs, but roots, rocks. And now we're at the community beach in Parksville. So just going on the boardwalk with a standard walker bounces you pretty good.
Right.
Sand, that's actually where they hold the sand castles. So I'm walking through that area.
So it looks like it's very easy to navigate that really soft sand there.
It is.
It doesn't sink in per se.
It does not sink in. And then that's going over the rocks by the beach. And that's one of the toughest things with all those small rocks there. But I'm maneuvering up and over them, and it's just, it just works.
So it increases you can go everywhere in nature. You're pretty well with this, right? I mean, here you are deciding to dip your feet in the ocean, right? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And that is
That's
that is
wonderful.
my all-terrain walker.
That's wonderful, because you were mentioning when we spoke before that you're a nature photographer. So how good is this for you that you found
Well, it was
the means to create this and use your your experience, your personal experience, to create such a useful product, right? So.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about what other things you've been working on with this, and what kind of response you've been getting, and when you're out in public wheeling on the beach, how people respond to this.
I get stopped a lot, and even when I was just building it for myself, it was so many people asking me questions that eventually I decided to go into production.
Wow.
And then I'm continuing to design. I have a 4-wheel design, which will have adjustable arm pads for people. I have one client who's had a stroke, so he can't use one arm.
Right.
So we create a arm pad for him, and then the brake lever works both brakes. So one lever will work both brakes.
Well, that's wonderful that he's found or she's found a means to navigate despite the challenges of what sounds like a pretty serious stroke, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. And as I said, I've made it so go through water, go through sand, whatever makes you feel good.
Well, I want to thank you again for coming and showing this to me. And I could have talked to you for like an hour about all of these things that you've developed with this. It's just amazing. And don't forget the name, Rob's Walkers. That's what it's all about, walking around freely. And Rob is the person behind it. Thank you.
The outdoors await you.
Yeah, the outdoors await you. Yep. And now, speaking of outdoors, we're going to turn it over to the Glen Foster Group, whose destination is Desolation Sound.
30 years of blazing trails, searching for some holy grail, finding fortunes in the lost and found. Cruising up the Sunshine Coast, at Paradise Meadows we miss the most. Destination, Desolation Sound. Now I'm leaving legends far behind, closing doors and drawn lines, setting sail with whales and ships aground. Forbidden plateau far behind, at Unwin Lake where we unwind. Destination, Desolation Sound. Well, Pacific winds, they squall and blow, we ride the tides that ebb and flow, in tandem kayaks where the sailboats tag. Out the inlets through the straits, Credo Haven and Harbor Grace. Destination, Desolation Sound. Pacific winds, they squall and blow, we ride the tides that ebb and flow, in tandem kayaks where the sailboats tag. Out the inlets through the straits, Credo Haven and Harbor Grace. Destination, Desolation Sound. Now we're touring round Tenedos Bay, at Kermey Island's campsite stay, exploring shorelines while we're westward bound. Oysters over an open fire, fish fry as the flames fly higher. Destination, Desolation Sound. Yeah, Pacific winds, they squall and blow, we ride the tides that ebb and flow, in tandem kayaks where the sailboats tag. Out the inlets and through the straits, Credo Haven and Harbor Grace. Destination, Desolation Sound. Destination, Desolation Sound.
All right, the Glen Foster Group, fostering applause there with the song Destination, Desolation Sound. We'll be chatting with Glen and, of course, hearing some more music here in about 12 minutes or so. You're watching the show here on Shaw, and I'm here now with 3 nationally decorated basketball coaches from Nanaimo who are about to launch a new basketball program designed to help local athletes and coaches improve their skills all the way down to age 5 and up. So from the Vancouver Island University Mariners men's basketball coaching staff, Matt Kuzmiski, Avneet Brar, and Scott Marr. Thank you so much here for coming to the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so first off, I got to say congratulations to the 3 of you for winning the 2019 CCAA National Men's Basketball Championship with the VIU back in March. We're going to throw a picture on the screen here now of the championship team, but just tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, it was a magical run. We had one of my favorite groups I've ever coached, very close group of guys who stuck together through a lot of adversity. We were down several times throughout the championship run, and our guys showed a lot of mental toughness and togetherness to stay together and overcome those odds and get it done. Yeah.
And again, your second national championship as a coaching staff. So Matt, as head coach, just talk a little bit about that journey and what, again, your assistants and your compatriots have meant for you and the success of the program.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to be together and win it our first year in 2013, and it's been a long journey to get back. And it just goes to show how challenging it is to win a national championship. You have to have a lot of things fall into place, but I think what's been good for us is we've had the consistency and the loyalty of our group of coaches sticking together, and I think we've been able to build a program that should have some lasting success. Mm-hmm.
We're also, of course, hoping to be lasting success with this new teaching program you guys are working towards. We're going to talk about that, the nuts and bolts of that in a second. But first, all 3 of you have some roots here in Nanaimo as youth basketball players and coaches yourselves. So to sort of go down the line, starting with Av, and it's your role. I guess you went to Dover Bay, that's correct?
Yeah, and before that I was at McGill Elementary. I started playing. My first ever basketball coach was actually Matt himself when he was in high school, and I was in grade 6. So I coached at Dover Bay Secondary for 6 seasons. And then at the age of 20, I got hired on with Matt at Vancouver Island University and just finished our 7th season up there.
Perfect. I think we have a photo of Av too in coaching action as well. We can throw on the screen. Yep, there we go. Just what does it mean to you again to be part of this championship program?
It's meant a lot. I mean, it's been not only just a sense of belonging, but each year I've had a bit of a different role and been able to grow my role. So it just kind of has given me a chance to have new challenges and new things to work towards. And that's what this program that we're working towards here with Island Swish is going to be.
All right. And Matt, yourself, also a Dover Bay grad, correct?
That's correct, yes. A little bit before Avneet, but I was at Dover and I was coached by Mark Simpson, who is a legendary coach around here and is now coaching with our VIU Mariners program. So the contributions he had to impacting my life as a coach were huge, and that's kind of what this Island Swish thing is about, trying to give back and be those mentors and teachers of kids coming up playing basketball. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and we'll throw a picture of Matt there on the screen as well. Just go over and talk to Scott. And Scott, an interesting story for you, obviously from Nanaimo, Wellington, correct?
Yeah, I graduated in Wellington. A lot older than these 2 guys, but yeah, definitely Wellington.
Yeah, and then went off to Kamloops, correct, to play and coach?
Yeah, so I played for UCC, now it's Thompson Rivers University, and I coached there after I finished playing, and we won a national championship there as well. So this was my third go-around of winning a national championship, so it was very, very special, and built some great friendships along the way, and helping the local athletes.
All right, and that sort of gets us back to what this Island Swish program is all about. So just sort of give us a little rundown. Again, you've all been experienced now playing and coaching at the university level. So what are we doing now working with kids here in town?
Yeah, well, Island Swish is going to be a comprehensive program that is going to offer elementary, high school, and even coaching development opportunities. A big motivation for this is, Scott and I particularly, we have kids that are coming up and we want to make sure that there's all the opportunities basketball-wise for them to grow and build character and participate in the sports. So that's the big thing. We're going to try to offer a program that will last and can be recognized and that will have options for all levels of athlete, whether that is beginners, elite, throughout all the age groups. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And obviously there's different skills you're teaching in regards to a 5-year-old versus a 15-year-old versus a university athlete. But are there some common threads or themes that you think are applicable to basketball players, athletes of all ages?
Yeah, there is. There's common themes skill-wise, and we'll teach a lot of our stuff in a games-based approach, and it'll just vary based off the skill level of our athletes. But even something that I think we think is equally and maybe even more important is a other skills that you're going to learn from basketball: character, listening, showing up. I think that we can teach those things at a young age to athletes that will really help them in school and whatever else they're trying to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So just about to wrap up here pretty quickly. I know this is obviously a new endeavor, but where can people find more information about Island Swish and how they can get involved?
So currently our website is in the works, but if you go on Instagram, it's island.swish, and if you're a Facebook user, Island Swish. And we're right now accepting emails from people at islandswish@gmail.com. They can get onto our email list, get connected, ask questions about the programs that we're going to have, and then we'll be sending out a big email as to what's coming out.
Perfect. All right. So, well, again, Matt, Av, Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on the show. And also, again, I know you guys are busy with VIU, busy with your own families and work, but to obviously give some time back to the youth, something you find very important.
It is. It is very important to us, and it's something that we really want to succeed over the long term. So, yeah.
Great. All right. Thanks again, gentlemen. All the best. Again, check out Island Swish again online. All right. So we're going to keep things active on the sports and recreation tip right now. So put down your Detlef shrimp cocktail, maybe your Hakeem Elagio wonton soup. Take off your Jason Kidd gloves and stop Chris Mullen over your aches and pains, because we want you to be active from Alonzo Mourning to Bobby Knight. And City of Nanaimo Parks and Rec can help with that. We got some booze over there. City of Nanaimo Parks and Rec has some programs to get you out of the house and to get active. So let's throw things over now to Brian Sugiyama.
Thanks, Matt. One of the things that's happening is as we wind down in June, parents and families start to think about what can they do for activities for children. And I've got with me Ashley Rowe, who's one of the recreation coordinators with the Nanaimo City Parks and Recreation Department. Can you tell me, Ashley, about a few of the things? We've got some posters up, and we're going to probably bring the first one up, and it kicks off actually before the end of June, which is Family Fun Nights.
That's right. So the first of our Family Fun Nights happen this June 27th. They're happening the last Thursday of each of the months, so June, July, and August. And the first one's going to be happening at Departure Bay at the water park there, and they run from 4 o'clock till 7. So there'll be lots of activities there for families, as well as live entertainment and bouncy castles and stuff.
No doubt, water parks will be popular with the weather the way it is right now.
Yeah, it's been super warm.
Okay, let's move to the next item, which is kicks off the Summer Canada Day, July 1st.
That's right. So July 1st is always a popular event for us down at Mafio Sutton Park. The event this year runs from 11 o'clock until 3:30, and we've got lots of great main stage entertainment with Wonder Bread. We've got Twin Kennedy, which is a twin sister duo originally from Powell River. They're living in Texas now. They're fantastic. And La Familia is also going to be our third headliner main stage act. And then we have lots of really cool cultural community acts and performances on the stage just on the other side of Swalana Lagoon. So we've got Aloha Hula, we've got some First Nations dancing with Nanaimo dance group. Lots of new interactive booths and things that have popped up this year, which is exciting. We're going to have members from the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue down with one of their vessels, providing tours for the public and offering information, as well as Air House and Romper Room. So lots of really fun, cool, interactive activities for families to participate in with food vendors and other things too.
So families can make a full day of it down at Mafeo Sutton Park.
Yeah. And to kick it off, we'll have a celebration of flags as well. So lots of community groups and cultural groups that'll participate just to get the word out and to show how diverse our community is.
There is parking down there, but we encourage people to use public transportation, active transportation, in walking or biking their way down there.
Yeah, and we're encouraging people to bring their water bottles as well. We will have a free water bottle fill station provided by Coastal Water Store. So we encourage people to bring down their water bottles because it will probably be a hot day and we don't want people getting dehydrated.
And limit the amount of plastics in the environment.
Exactly. You got
Good.
it.
Concerts in the park is the next item, and I think this program has grown over the last 10 years. I've been around it in some way or another, but it's got concerts now Tuesdays at noon hour and Wednesday evenings.
Wednesday evenings, that's right. So the two concert locations we have are at Bowen Park Amphitheatre and then also at Mafio Sutton Park. So we kind of alternate them between July and August. So in July, we'll be hosting the Tuesday lunchtime at Mafio Sutton Park, and then the August will be at at Bowen, and then on Wednesday evenings again we alternate that. So in July we'll be at Bowen Park, and in August we'll be at Mafio Sutton.
Again, there's a poster out and about. If you go to the City of Nanaimo website, which is on the screen, you can certainly check nanaimo.ca and see all the details for all your favorite groups from around the community and actually moving all around the island.
That's right. Yeah, lots of great bands and entertainment here locally that we can take advantage of.
Okay, summer camps. It's summer. Summer camps are the thing. Parks and Recreation is the site for a lot of those summer camps. What's going on?
So we've got lots of diverse programming, right from arts and crafts camp to dance camp to circus camp. We also have technology camps that are offered through the City of Nanaimo. And new this year, we're doing daily registration as well as week-long camps. So depending on the camp and the location that you choose, there will be options to register daily for families that maybe don't need the full week-long care, which we're hoping is going to be a nice option for those folks that have shift work and things that want the options and alternatives.
Details are in the activity guide.
You bet, yeah. All of the information's in the activity guide, and we also have registration online or in person. So there's lots of ways to get involved.
Good. Summer fun, we mentioned the water parks. There's some also playground sites around town.
Yeah, so we have a playgrounds program as well in addition to those summer camps. The playgrounds program is a free program, and a lot of them are neighborhood based. So we have one at Harewood Centennial Park. There's one at Mansfield Park. And then we have one at Groveland, and also a new one this year is in Hawthorne. So there's a number of different ones around the community, and they're open from 10 o'clock until 3:30. And there's leaders on site there, and they provide a lot of interactive activities and crafts and games and things to keep the kids busy and safe during the summertime.
Good, good. Finally, let's just, as we wrap up, a little bit about, there's a whole swimming program going on at our aquatic center and at Westwood Lake.
Yeah, you bet. So this Sunday, just to kick off National Drowning Prevention Week, at Westwood Lake there'll be activities in the afternoon for people to come down and try out some water safety activities. Lifeguards will be there to teach and lead those things. And in July and August, on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, in the afternoons at the Aquatic Center, they're going to have some super silly fun activities with the lifeguards leading those for kids and youth.
Well, we'll have to wrap it up, but check the website. Thank you. Let's head back over to Matt, who's with the Glen Foster Group.
Thank you very, very much, Brian and Ashley. Yeah, do not let summer pass you by. Get on out, enjoy, and take advantage of the programs and events offered by City of Nanaimo Parks and Rec, including, of course, the Concerts in the Park series. And again, one of the bands playing that therefore mentioned series on the afternoon of July 9th in Maffeo Sutton Park just happens to be our musical guests on this episode of the show. Very happy to welcome back to Shaw, Glen Foster and the Glen Foster Group. Glen, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Matt. It's nice to be here again.
I'm so happy to have you back. Now, of course, you mentioned it's the group. So please give our viewers an introduction of who else is in the band.
Okay, this is my spouse, Maggie. And we've got over here Pat Seanwise on the bass guitar and Dwight Gray back there on the drums.
All right, and really, obviously, you must be stoked to have these folks because you've got a pretty darn busy 2019 looking at your gig schedule beforehand coming up.
Yeah, it's been really good. And this band's been together for, a year and a half, two years, I guess. And actually, the three of us have been playing in different groups for over 10 years. So we're a pretty tight-knit family here, you might say. Yeah.
Well, it's all right. So I do want to ask you about your new EP, Party Out There Tonight. Is that one of the things that's stoking the fire for all the upcoming gigs?
It is, yeah. It's interesting. You know, there's so many different ways to release music nowadays. And we decided to go with the 4-song EP format, which we also have on a CD because people still like to buy CDs at shows. And along with that, we've done 2 videos so far. And video is a big part of promoting both a band and promoting the music itself. So take a keen interest in that.
I want to ask you about the song, too, Party Out There Tonight, which we're going to hear in a little bit. I understand it's written by Glen Foster with assistance from Glen Foster.
Yeah, that's very true. And it's an oddball thing. I don't know if anybody's ever done it before, but the other Glen Foster is a comedian in, I guess, Mississauga, Ontario, and appears on the Debaters and CBC shows and tours quite a bit. Anyways, we hooked up on the internet, and we did a show together at the Queen's Hotel maybe 2.5 years ago. And then he said, hey, I got this idea for a song, and kind of, I've got this lyric, and can you write some music to it? And at first I thought, oh, what a terrible idea, I can't do that. And I put it off as long as I could, and finally I said, okay, I'll do something. And I came up with this guitar riff that I really liked, and the song developed. And so it's Party Out There Tonight by Glen Foster and Glen Foster.
And what does Glen Foster 2.0 think of the song?
He thinks it's pretty cool. He thinks that we should be Grammy Award winners or something. And I said, it's a little harder than that. Just one song doesn't quite do it.
It's actually kind of interesting, of course, collaborating with a comedian on that, because I know reading your website bio, one of the things that quotes you saying is, right now I'm into creating a positive message. I want to be encouraging and not just concentrate on all the negative things in the world. And I know you've done some songs with political lyrics, and of course there certainly is no shortage of political things in the world right now. So what is driving forward that's aimed toward positivity in your recent music?
Well, sunshine. I kind of took a look back at what I did, and in the last few releases, and some heavy topics and that, and then I listened to some other songwriters, and they get people singing along, and it's like happy vibes, and I realized like people really respond to that, and it's nice to make people smile and give them something to sing along with, and like a reason to sing and something to be happy about, and so I just kind of ran with that, and it sort of goes through the lyrics on most of the songs on this project.
So you say you're fostering community?
Absolutely, yeah, and good vibes all over.
Sorry, I had to. We're gonna we got a full page graphic here of some of your gigs. We're gonna throw that up on the screen right now. But yeah, tell us a bit about some of your upcoming gigs. And I understand there's also some video shoots happening at some of those as well.
Yeah, we're looking very forward to concerts in the park in Mathail Sutton, which is July 9th, I believe. And it's always such a gas to play out there, and it's such a wonderful setting. And then shortly after that, July 14th, I think we're at the Millstone Winery, and we do an afternoon show and then play upstairs, and we're going to shoot a video up there. It's like a rock video for our tune called Rockabilly Fever. And besides that, there's a couple of outdoor festivals that we do, one Chemainus Beach Fest in Parksville, and both in the same day, as a matter of fact, so we're going to be on the fly.
There's the rock and roll lifestyle. Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap this up quick and get to that party out there tonight. Last question, where can people find more about your music and upcoming gigs?
Well, the key place to go is glenfoster.ca, CA for Canadian, A. And everything's there, and if that will lead you to other places where you can buy music and stuff like that.
Beautiful. All right, Glen, thank you and the group for being here. As mentioned, getting back to some music again. The title track off the EP, Party Out There Tonight. The Glen Foster Group on the show on Shaw.
Thanks. Let's party out there somewhere tonight, in a wide open space where the stars shine bright. Come as you are, yeah, you look alright. Let's party out there tonight. You either use it or lose it, and I'll show you how. Need a cold one over here, let's get it on right now. Do your thing and then take a bow. Out there tonight, I can't wait to celebrate in the open air. All my crazy friends are gonna be there. Gonna party hard till the morning light. Well, the old dog's bark is worse than his bite. Well, there'll be music out there for the rocking crowd. And loud to cry. Yeah, the pretty girls boogie with all their might. There's a party out there tonight. Wait to celebrate in the open air. All my crazy friends are gonna be there. Gonna party hard till the morning light. Yeah, the old dog's bark is worse than his bite.
party out there somewhere tonight. We got a bonfire blazing, man, it's quite a sight. Go hog wild and no one's uptight. There's a party out there tonight. There's a party out there tonight. There's a party out there tonight. There's a party out there tonight.
And what a party it's gonna be, I have to tell you, when it comes to partying. Nobody does it better than the Nanaimo Dragon Boat Festival, which is coming up really, really soon. Del Thompson is with us today, and we're gonna find out more about the 17th annual Nanaimo Dragon Boat Festival. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kathy.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good, it's exciting. We've got a great amount of fun happening for us. What are those dates? Let's start with that.
Okay, July 5th, 6th, and 7th at Maffeo Sutton Park. The Save on Foods Nanaimo Dragon Boat Festival, our 17th annual festival. This year our theme is Bollywood, so we're pretty excited about that. As you know, Bollywood is really about a blend of Indian dance styles and movies, and brings in folk dance and a lot more, incorporating some North American dance styles as well, very highly influenced. So we're really looking forward to that. We've got some new things this year. We are having the Lights of Courage this year, so we will be selling paper lanterns at the festival and through Hospice Society for $2 each. Those funds will go to hospice. And so the idea behind them is you bring them down to the park. You can write a message of hope or remembrance for someone who is currently living with or has passed from cancer.
So actually, I'm going to interrupt you for a second, because not everybody knows what the Dragon Boat, even though it's 17th annual, not everybody knows what the purpose is behind the Dragon Boat Festival and the international status that it has. Can you tell us a little bit about why we do it?
We do it to support breast cancer, survivors in our community, people living with and people who have passed with cancer. Since inception, 17 years ago, so 2002, 2003, we've raised and donated over $700,000. Oh my
goodness, that's
so
incredible.
Very proud of that accomplishment. So some of that money has gone to the Nanaimo District Hospital to support breast cancer. We purchased last year we purchased an attachment for a breast MRI. And we've also been supporting hospice in the past as well. And just to want to make sure I get this correct here.
There's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information. Yeah. And this year we are also going to be supporting the Wheels for Wellness Society. So
tell us about the Wheels for Wellness.
So they provide transportation for residents from Vancouver Island to and from non-emergency medical appointments, and so transporting people up and down the island.
Which is really important, because a lot of the treatments, unfortunately, are not available in Nanaimo. So the Wheels for Wellness is actually by donation and goes up island right down into Victoria. So your contribution to that is going to be most beneficial for everyone. Are you a dragon boater as well?
I have been a dragon boater in the past. I'm now on the, I've been on the society board for 2 years now, but I was a dragon boater for about 8 years, so I'm very invested in the sport. We've got 61 teams this year. So we have teams coming from BC, Alberta, Oregon, and we've got 2 teams from California as well. So we're very excited about that.
And there's a little bit of there's a system in the way that the Dragon Boat Festival goes. So when you go to Maffeo Sutton, which again you said it starts the 5th of July.
Friday night is the survivors dinner for the breast cancer survivors, and then the races are held on Saturday and Sunday.
And before the races get started, there's an important component about something to do with dotting the I. Tell us about that.
There's a couple ceremonies going on as well around the weekend. So on Saturday at noon, the dotting of the I, which is dotting the I on the dragon's head. And the premise behind that is that the energy in the dragon is then passed to the paddlers, and they come alive for the races. And then on Sunday at noon, we have the carnation ceremony, which is also a very important event for the festival, in which we sell carnations by donation, so everyone can participate. And then after the race at noon, just before noon, they will raise their paddles in an arch, and all of the survivors, after they finish their races, will walk underneath the paddles, and everybody raises a carnation in celebration.
It's a really moving ceremony for that, because people, the battle, and it's the survival, it's the empowerment, it's the bliss.
It's tissues provided.
And tissues are provided, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
So as far as the Dragon Boat Festival is concerned, thousands of people attend it every year, but Nanaimo is only one of the Dragon Boat Festivals. Where are they? Are they?
You know what? They're actually worldwide. They're all across Canada, every province, every places you would not expect that dragon boat, and it's the fastest growing water sport in the world right now.
It's an athletic workout. I have a lot of friends that are part of it, and it's like that you've done the dragon boat when you've done the dragon boat, and to do the festival is even more impressive.
After the race, the idea is to give everything you have and leave it in the boat.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of fun. It's wonderful. In addition to the festival itself, there's a food truck marketplace. People can come. There's jewelry. There's paddling gear. There's all kinds of food, from hot dogs to different kinds of ethnic foods.
And all the way around, it's a good time had by absolutely everyone who attends.
Absolutely.
It's moving, it's empowering, it's spectacular. Not unlike the Jazz Festival that's coming up pretty quick as well. Over to Kerilie McDowall for some discussion on some great tunes to go along with the Dragon Boat Festival.
Well, thanks so much, Cathy. It's actually a blues festival that we're having in August. From August 22nd to the 25th, we have the Nanaimo Summertime Blues Festival coming up. It's going to be fabulous. We're going to hear all the details from Gerald Hogan first, who is the president of the Nanaimo Blues Society, and also Grant Payne, who is the vice president, and welcome to you both.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, so first of all, maybe I'll start with you, Gerald. Just tell me a little bit about the Nanaimo Blues Society and what you're doing with the Blues Festival every year.
Well, the Nanaimo Blues Society started in 2004 and has transgressed over the numbers of years. In 2011, we had our first paid-for festival. And we've gradually grown over the years to putting on, I think, a world-class festival that's worthy of bringing audience members from across Canada and the United States. And so we're very, very proud of what we've accomplished.
Yeah, and I was looking at the lineup. I was really impressed. Before we get to that, I'll be talking to Grant about that in a moment, because he's also the artistic director.
Absolutely.
Right, but just tell me a bit about the history of your organization, just quickly, brief up.
Well, I can say in 2004, the Nanaimo Blues Society was a seed that a few people had in their mind, and they decided to create the society. And the society was actually founded with a couple of different people, and Billy Lucas was one of them. Mm-hmm. And he was also a DJ at Chile Radio. Mm-hmm. And he was president of the Blues Society for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And so it's really grown from there. As well as doing the festival, we do a blues jam every Sunday at the Queen's, and that's happened over the last 5.5 years.
That's become pretty big.
Yes, yeah. We started with 30, 35 people showing up, and now we get 175 to 200 people every Sunday.
That's incredible.
Yes, and lots of fun.
Wow, sounds like a good
top
time.
Quality musicians, top quality dancing, a superb venue.
But getting back to the Blues Festival coming up, maybe I should start with Grant here. Can you tell us about the lineup this year, Grant? It's fantastic. There's a really exciting day, all women artists. I was just amazed at what you've done. Tell me about it.
Well, the Friday of the festival, we've basically dedicated to the women of the blues, mm-hmm. because the women in the blues category right now are incredibly strong, very vibrant, and very diverse. From that standpoint. So we have a cross-section of artists coming not only from Canada, and the United States, from Serbia and Australia.
Serbia even, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the lineup on Friday night, we have Jona Christensen, mm-hmm. who is originally from Iceland, and she is a prominent member of several bands here in Nanaimo. We have Annie Piper, who is from Australia, mm-hmm. coming, is a great bass player and lead singer. We have Judy Brown from the BC Interior, originally from Ontario. Crystal Shawanda. Lindsay Beaver, who just won the Maple Blues Award for Drummer of the Year. We have Miss Emily, who is just her most recent album has two of the gentlemen from the Tragically Hip on it, and is just a truly sensational performer. We have Sue Foley, that was nominated for a Juno this year and for 6 Maple Blues Awards.
Wow, yeah, she's great, yeah.
And then originally from Serbia, Anna Popovic.
Yes.
And Anna
she's quite
is
something, yes.
Oh, she's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, getting to the other people participating in the festival, some of the male artists, what are some of the highlights that we can expect?
Some of the highlights, Walter Trout on Saturday night. He's our headliner for Saturday night. Mr. Sip, they call him the Mississippi Blues Child. He is truly sensational. Tom Lavin and the legendary Powder Blues are there as well. And on Sunday, we have a couple of bands that are really going to knock people's socks off. We have a band called the Proven Ones coming in. They're sort of a West Coast super group. And they have legendary musicians that have performed in all kinds of bands, Fabulous Thunderbirds and all sorts of other bands.
Well, I hate to cut you off, Grant, because we are starting to run out of time here. But I want to just ask you, Gerald, about the Nanaimo Food Bank Loaves and Fishes day that people can go to a concert and donate. Tell me about that, because it's something special you do every year.
Yeah, this is something that we started about 2 or 3 years ago and decided to take on the Nanaimo Loaves and Fishes and support them at their biggest time of need, which is in the summertime. And it's been tremendously successful. So Thursday, for a $10 donation or the equivalency of a non-perishable food item, we're going to have 5 full bands that are local bands, our top blues musicians from Nanaimo and surrounding area. They will entertain the audience for the next 4 or 5 hours, then finishing it up with a total jam.
Wow.
And it's going to be a knockout day.
And we should also mention that there's a beer garden, isn't there,
Well, not
this
a
year?
beer garden per se. We're licensed so that you can buy an adult libation and carry it wherever you want within the facility. So it's kind of European in nature, and it's a much more relaxed attitude.
Fabulous. Okay, we got to wrap up. I'm so sorry to cut you short like this, guys, but we'll encourage everybody to get out to the Nanaimo Summertime Blues Festival and enjoy the summer and have fun. We're going to pass it along next to Matt Carter. Thanks so much for watching.
Pretty much because I heard the 2 words adult libation, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It's almost time for that show. My buddy Howie back over here. Hey, Doug, I don't know if you can see Howie back over there. He's also pretty stoked on this libations. But anyways, that's an after show thing. I want to say, well, first off, Kerilie, thanks. Gerald and Grant as well for being here. As a musician myself, I'm more than happy to say that Summertime Blues Fest is absolutely one of the top music events in Nanaimo. Again, if you're watching out there, highly recommend you check it out, and kudos, of course, to the Nanaimo Blues Society for all of your great efforts in bringing blues, great blues music here to Nanaimo for many, many years now. So thank you very much again for all your efforts. Thanks. I tell you, all right, so before I get, I got a few more things to speak about the blues. I'm going to step over here, but before I do that, one quick note, we did have a last minute cancellation, unfortunately, for today's program. So we do want to give a shout out to the Bethlehem Center in Nanaimo and their upcoming fundraising gala, featuring a talk entitled A Defining Moment, Spirituality and the Environment in the Age of Reconciliation. This is featuring former Nanaimo Chief and current Councillor Doug White. So that very important talk, plus dinner, music, and much, much more is happening on Saturday, June 22nd at the Bethlehem Center, and check out bethlehemcenter.com for more information and for ticket information there as well. So putting on events, putting on a festival like the Summertime Blues Fest, of course, you have to navigate a lot of muddy waters to put the Blues Fest together. You have to put a clap ton of effort in to create a local blues Taj Mahal that's Bonnie rated highly on TripAdvisor. And you also need, a lot of volunteers. So if you know some people, your Bessie Smith plan of attack is to give them a call. So pick up the phone, buddy, guy, Sonny, boy. Serious about the need for volunteers. I'm not just howling wolf here. All right. So anyways, volunteers, of course, they help to ensure the festival will rock on, or if it's an electronic festival, will Stevie rave on. Some of the I got to throw that stuff there. Some of the volunteer roles actually at this festival. If you want to know what the roles might be, you can carry meat to the barbecue. That's known as a T-bone walker. All right. But if you eat too much of those T-bones, you'll be called lead belly. You need water, of course, for the fest. You can draw drinking water from those old fountains or the junior wells. Or after the fest is over, you can take the garbage to the landfill, a routine known as the Chuck and Berry. Chuck Berry. The Chuck Berry. Oh, come on. Oh, won't he or will he dictionary up some new scripts for better words? I don't know. Anyways, thanks to all of our guests. It's time to wrap up the show. Thanks to all of our guests and our hardworking volunteers and staff in front of the cameras and behind the scenes. If you have an event, cause, demonstration, or issue, or very bad blues punt you'd like to bring to the show, we're always looking for great Central Vancouver Island guests as well as volunteers, so do drop us a line. You can find more information about the show on Facebook, facebook.com/The Show on Shaw, and check out previous episodes of the show on YouTube. Just search, again, YouTube for The Show on Shaw. All right, one more time, though, some more great music before we go. One more song from the Glen Foster Group. It's called Feel All Right. We're feeling all right. Hopefully you are as well. Thank you so much for watching the show on Shaw.
Known about it for a long, long time. There's a lot of people searching for peace of mind. When I can make somebody smile, makes me feel alright. I don't care to complain about the aches and the pains. I won't stop and stare if your style's not the same. Try not to think of a thing, don't make me feel alright. Yes, I feel alright. We hope you feel alright. Do you feel alright tonight? And I'm walking through the park on a sunny day, through the leaves and the trees where the children play. I stop for a rest and a breath of that cool, clean air. Summer breeze is blowing my blues away. Songbirds sing so sweetly, I say, hey, feels so good today just to be alive. Shine and I feel alright. Moon's gonna rise with the heavenly light. Stars gonna shine in the sky. I feel alright. Yes, I feel alright. Do you feel alright? Do you feel alright tonight? I get so downhearted, feel I'm defeated before I've started. Why don't you give me a ring? Come on over tonight. Sometimes, you know, I get so discouraged, sit around the house and all I do is worry. Why don't you give me a lift and make me feel alright? Feel alright. Now I don't mind working for my livelihood. I don't really care if the money's no good. It doesn't bother me when the cool rain starts to fall. I just ride that train to the end of the line. I hope and pray that it'll be on time. I'll pay my way through this world and just laugh at it all. Yeah. The sun's gonna shine and I feel alright. Moon's gonna rise with the heavenly light. The stars gonna shine here tonight. Hey Matt, you feel alright? He does, feel alright.